Oh, Spin Snake here, coming at you with a quick little tip for the new Mcfarlane line of figures. So here I have a Mcfarlane, I think it's called a Skull or Skeleton Trooper, I don't know. It's from the Fortnite game. I've never played Fortnite. I don't plan on playing Fortnite. It's just not my cup of tea. Didn't like the looks of it. I know it's super popular and everyone loves it. Not my cup of tea, but I'm not massive into shooting games. But because I knew Mcfarlane had taken over the licensing for DC figures, I wanted to get an inkling of what their figures were like. So my local B&M had these on sale for 20 quid, and I picked one up just to see what they were all about. Honestly, they're pretty cool. I do quite like them. They have some really good articulation. I am nervous about the wrists and ankle joints because they're thick pegs, but they seem also precarious to me. But something about these seemed off. And this is going to be a quick tip of what I've figured out you can do to help improve these figures. It's a very simple tip. It doesn't take long at all. And I'm just going to show you. I've done it already. Okay, now something that bugs me about these figures is they've got really good butterfly joints, good double ball joints in the neck and the head, bicep rotation, double bend elbows, wrist rotation and pivot and everything. Really great. Diaphragm's not terrible. It's the hips. Now, I know I perpetually seem to have problems with hips, but this one's actually a bit different. See, I like the C-cut. They're good. They work really well. You could potentially get some further kick with it. I mean, that's the highest pivot. Spartan kick, sorry. Splits aren't terrible. But the thing I think is weird is there's a rotation. So we can go from there to there. And I was like, why have it but then limit it? I get you trying to keep the aesthetic look, but it's just kind of, what's the point of printing? You may as well just not bother. So I don't know if you can see from the keen eye, but I've actually put a cut in this one, and now you can rotate that around a full 360 degrees. Yeah, in some angles it does look a bit ugly, but you can get it more rotation in it, which I think is a very simple thing to do, and you're really not losing that much of the look. This one I did a bit high. I think it does need to be about here, but I was basing it on the actual peg inside. So I'm going to do one on camera for you. Now, I've also got the Satamart One Punch Man from Mcfarlane. I'm going to potentially do it with this guy as well, because I just prefer that rotation, which is ironically because I used to actually glue those rotations in my stupider days. So let me show you how to get this done. All you need is a hairdryer and a knife and hopefully a steady hand. So we'll start by heating the leg and getting that off. Okay, so there you can see, in there you just have a peg, and this is what we want to take out. And then here, again, you have a peg that goes into there. Now, you could technically cut it right down to the bottom of that. So you could cut it right here if you want it really low, which I'm going to do this side. I might actually alter this one, and then you just simply glue this onto that, which is all I've done. They peg on really easily, so it's really good. Let's get this one off. It's really hot to touch. Okay, so you can see the hinges. Actually, let's use them. You can see the hinges are very simple. I don't know how to describe it, like a cup and a cup. So this cup sits in this cup, and then it pivots on this pin here. It's cheap and it works, and it's got a really nice ratchet to it. So I don't know how the ratchet works so well, but I'm very happy with it. Concerned it will get weaker and looser over time going forward and back, but what can you do? So, like I said, this one has been cut a bit too high. So one, you've just got this like slice of the pocket here, which I don't like, and two, it catches sometimes. So I think if you did it basically at that crease line just there, if you see that, I'm sorry, so this crease line just here, then it should give it more movement, and I think it would look a lot better as well. Now I've literally just glued this little part here. Let's actually see, like inside that cup there, I've literally glued that onto here on this one, and it's stuck really well. I was thinking I was going to have to do some hot glue in there to fill it to give it some more stability, but it's fine. And I think the little bit of flex actually helps with it to get through the crutch. So let's cut it on this one, and then we will go from there. So I'm going to heat this up again, make it nice and soft, and then we'll get a knife on it. Right, super squidgy. I'm going to try and do as straight a cut as possible. Not always easy. Now this does go straight down like that, so we're going to go straight. Okay. That, don't know how smooth that went. No, I didn't go smooth at all actually, did it? Alright, so we need to get this back on the leg. Don't know if I can do it cold. There you go. Do you know, I think I'm going to put some glue in there as well. Now the reason I've always put the peg back in, because when I put this one on, it went in, I glued it on a bit of an angle, so it flares out ever so slightly. So I need to reattach this one. Which I can't do barehanded. Just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to sand it all down a bit. Try and get it as level as possible. Alright, let's get some glue in here. let that dry for a minute. Okay, that's now done. Got a little sidetracked there with a different project, bear with me. Sorry, tripod legs in the way. Right, okay, so now it's all nice and dry. As you can see, full rotation. I didn't do the straightest cut, which has annoyed me a little bit. So I might have to tidy it up at some point. But if you do have a straighter hand than I do, it's just a way to get some additional articulation in it. And as you see, it doesn't hinder it at all. And you can still have the leg all the way up, and you can now rotate to the right, to the left, full 360. I just understand the point of why have the ability to rotate, but then hinder it by the sculpt like that dramatically. Doesn't make sense to me. In case you're wondering why my glue looks like this, is because I think the heat makes the glue go expand or something. But this is the third glue pot I've gone through in as many days, and just some odd bits I've been doing off camera, and I'm getting fed up wasting them. So this one's still working, so I'm using it while I can. They're cheap, but still it's a bit annoying having to keep getting a new one every 5 minutes. Right, can we reattach this cold? Yes, we can. Awesome. So that before I glued it, I think like that, so there's a bit of a gap. So I just want to get as close as possible. Okay. Yeah, I prefer having a bit more of a pocket sticking out as well. Alright, it's lost its squidge, let's heat this up. Alright, there you go guys, what do you think? So now he can rotate his thighs around. Honestly, it's not the cleanest job I did. It's really hard to do this kind of stuff on camera. And I do suck at doing straight, like, down cuts. If anyone has tips on about cutting straight, please let me know, because I always struggle with them, which is very frustrating. So to try and do anything like this, wow, they're really bad cuts. But they still work, they're functional. That's the most important thing. They just may not look the nicest every so often. But it does mean you can get into some pretty decent... I know it's not like a decent pose, but it means there are options there. Bit frustrated that I've had to do this myself, considering this joint seems to be on all Mcfarlane figures, because it's here also in the Satima. You can see it's there, so it will pivot on that. I can't really do it because of the shape of the way it's designed, but it is there. So it's very frustrating that it's there but not utilized. I'm not sure if they've included it later down the road, but these two are the only Mcfarlane figures I own, and at present it's not. So anyway guys, I hope you found that useful. If you did, please comment below, and again, feel free to complain about how bad my cutting is. I'm more than well aware. But I hope this was useful to you guys. Anyone did want to improve this or add this as a little bit of a tidbit to try and help improve our figures, as manufacturers can't seem to give us the perfect figure. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in my next one. See ya.